What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Chiliz. Chiliz is a bloody interesting one, and it is genuinely always captures my interest because it's like the leader in its pack in terms of the fan tokens. So I want to look at what's going on with that today. Before I do, as always, I update the spreadsheet. This is the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel that I thought would crush it in the cycle. If you invested $100 to each one, and when I release the videos and you still hold this bag, you'd be in profit for 68 grand. And in the 2,600, you'd be sitting on 70,600. I've held them all and I've closed positions on them all. I've reinvested into new cryptos. If you want to see what I'm in, you can check out Copy My Crypto. It's where I share my portfolio, one that keeps outperforming the market. We've had some great wins recently and really interesting sort of quick flips and opportunities. So if you want to play around with it and you want to see what I've got right now, because it's Cyber Monday, last day of the deal, you can see what I'm holding for $7. You get a trial 7 days for $1. If after the 7 days you don't want to continue with a membership, I will refund your dollar. No problem. But in that 7 days, you can get full access to the site, see what I hold, and see the benefits of being a member, and see the profits that we've had so far. Yeah, so check it out. Right, Chiliz. Chiliz has had a pretty staggeringly good run. Actually, before I even talk about Chiliz, the market right now, Bitcoin's recovered pretty bloody well overnight. It's like 5% recovery. I think right now it's priced at pretty much bang on 47k. But ran very, very well. It actually said that this would happen because it happened in the last Cyber Monday. The last Black Friday weekend. Did the same thing. Retraced, recovered on the Sunday, and then continued with some good momentum on the Monday. I mean, it might not continue fully with momentum today, but it recovered properly last night. But it's going to be a make or break month for everything. It's going to be an interesting one. So Chiliz have got some big crap coming up. So they are partnered with, or socios.com are partnered with the Ballon d'Or Awards. So the Ballon d'Or Awards happen tonight. So if you're unfamiliar with what the Ballon d'Or is, that's to do with football. That's proper football, not American football. And it's basically the awards for the best players in the world, best teams in the world, right? Best coaches in the world, all that. That happens tonight. And socios.com are partnered. So at some point you're going to see, I'm sure, socios.com on the telly when the Ballon d'Or Awards are happening, whether it's in the corner or whatever. So it'll be interesting to see if actually Chiliz has a price run this evening at the same time as the Ballon d'Or Awards. So that will be genuinely quite interesting to see how that plays out. Obviously, that's a pretty good goddamn partnership. On top of that, socios.com has added huge amounts of sports teams and franchises to their growing list. You know, they've entered entered into the NFL. They've got now a partnership with the New England Patriots. Now, New England Patriots, obviously 6-time Super Bowl winners, massive franchise team. So anyone that uses socios.com can get themselves interacting with that. And if we check out socios.com at the moment, the fan tokens that are available right now, there's a hell of a lot. There's some really intriguing ones. So they've actually integrated pretty much fan tokens from every major country now in terms of football. Again, I use football because I'm English. So Napoli, they had I think that's Genka. I might be wrong on that one. Racing, yeah, they've had tons. They've had Manchester City. They've had Arsenal Football Club. They've had Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Juventus, PSG. You know, they're pretty much in Valencia was one recently. Leeds United, interesting. And for any Arsenal fans watching, I'm sorry, but Leeds United fan token is more expensive than yours, which is harsh, I think, because Arsenal seem to be recovering. Anyway, yeah. So they have actually really, really strengthened this site, this Socio site, and obviously there are benefits within holding the digital tokens. So there are rewards for holding them. So it gives people the opportunity to get benefits of participating in within their own team. So you can get discounts on merchandise. There are potentials for particular teams that are doing NFTs. There are particular teams that are doing discounts on tickets. This is going to be a growing field, without shadow of a doubt. I actually expect that what the next thing we're going to see within socios.com is an integration of some description where we start seeing like sports cards. So, as an example, right, if you hold AFC token, you can start getting AFC players. And I think that's going to be an introduction that's going to happen sooner or later. You think about people like Gary Vaynerchuk. He talks about collecting baseball cards back in the day, and then selling them, making a few grand here and there. But baseball cards were huge things. I think they still are in America, but I'm not American and I don't follow baseball, so I couldn't tell you. In the UK, there's still a lot of people that do sticker albums for football. And I do see this as the next sort of foray into fan tokens. I could see potentially Socios being one of the ones that gets up and running and doing that. I know there are others knocking about that have started doing these, but if they can get the partnerships, if now they've got the partnerships effectively with so many of these teams, the next step is getting these teams to agree to doing effectively NFTs for their said players. If they get PSG to agree to do that, then you've got NFTs of Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. All of a sudden, it's a big deal, right? Same with UFC. If you can get UFC partner with socios.com to do that, to integrate NFTs, where you've got NFTs of, John Jones, Conor McGregor, Israel Adesanya, you can start all of a sudden have a growing area of revenue for these businesses. You can have a growing area of interest for fans. And what I'm saying is hypothetical, of course, I think it's sort of inevitable, because why wouldn't you capitalize on what people are interested in? And to be fair to Chiliz, so I'm talking a lot about socios.com, but socios.com is entirely powered by Chiliz. Some of these tokens are tradable on Binance, so you don't necessarily need Chiliz, but generally they're powered by Chiliz. So Chiliz have Chiliz.net, which is their exchange, where, as you can see, you can basically trade the fan tokens. They also have fan token offering on Chiliz.net as well. Nothing there at the moment. But yeah, I think there's potential here. I query is how much is Chiliz going to be bear cycle resistant? Because there is a narrative here. There is a discussion to be had about what kind of cryptos are going to end up being bear cycle resistant. Because we have seen a whole new array of cryptos in the past year. We've seen NFTs, we've seen blockchain gaming explode. And while I'm not saying they're going to be resistant in the sense of then their price is going to be affected when a bear cycle hits, everything's will be. A bear cycle is literally defined as the moment the global market cap of a sector reduces by 35%. Or everything will at some point. But will these NFT based coins, like will something like Chiliz, or NFTs or potentially the gaming based coins, your Sandbox, your Decentraland, those kind of ones. Are they going to be more resistant to the bear cycle? As in, is their price going to maintain better than, say, your layer ones or your layer twos for that matter? It's a query. None of us know. I suppose what it boils down to is adoption. I think fundamentally, gaming is probably going to be the one that's most resistant, because if people are playing the games, then the games may not lose value. But I think they all got to some degree. It's just which ones lose the least. Bitcoin and Ethereum probably the two that lose the least, but and USDT. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. So Chiliz is a really interesting one, man. I like it. I like the whole concept of being able to interact with your team, get discounts, I could go get season tickets to mine, discount. That'd be quite nice. Or even being able to go get signed shirts or whatever. That'd be pretty cool. Sadly, my team is not on Socios at the moment. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a really interesting one. And what's interesting about Chiliz really is that obviously it's done. I mean, from the bottom, it's done pretty close to it's done about an 80x from the bottom of the market, maybe even 90x from the bottom of the market last year. How much does it retrace is a big question, because I only see this kind of thing growing. I cannot fathom that that it would slow down at all. But if it retraces a lot during the bear cycle, which there will be one, I do believe in extended cycles. That's quite clear. We've had the last two cycles have been, the cycles are getting longer in terms of the bull cycles, but there's still going to be a bear cycle. And when Chiliz hits the bear cycle, if it retraces a lot, but they're continuing with socios.com, they're continuing those innovations, and they're continuing pushing forward with partnerships with major with the biggest sports teams in the world, whether it's NBA, NFL, NHL, UFC, more football, even throwing WWE or AEW, you start getting wrestler tokens. Maybe that is another avenue. And if they're doing this throughout the bear cycle over the next few years, then all of a sudden, I see the potential of this being, a few dollars. Like, this could be a $3 coin. That would be like a 26.4, 26.64, yeah, 26.4 billion market cap. And if they are pushing forward, and there's so many variables here, right? How much does it retrace? How much do they continue to build partnerships? Because that's important. You've got to be seen. Yeah. Now I see socios on the backdrop when managers are having interviews on after matches and stuff. If they continue this push and they continue to be seen, and Chiliz make sure that token is also at the forefront along with socios, this is certainly a multi-billion dollar market cap, and I would be expecting it to break past the tens of billions. Still a lot to go on there, but for me, the biggest thing that will push this forward is those NFTs. Like, if they start getting basically like football NFTs and NFL player NFTs, where there's rare ones, super rare ones, I think it grows. I think it continues to grow. Who's not going to, what America's football fan isn't going to want to possibly get hold of like a, a super rare or legendary or epic or however you want to define it, like Tom Brady, Which football fan doesn't want that for Lionel Messi or potentially Ronaldo? Or young Alfinger Haaland. Have I just said Alfinger Haaland? I think I did. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I don't know. Really, it really intrigues me. I'm looking forward to seeing its movement in the bear cycle. But I think this is going to retrace. I still think it will retrace. The question is how much. But if it retraces a lot, this is going to be one that I think is a very, very strong investment. Obviously not financial advice, but yeah. Anyway, that's it. But yeah, and guys, actually, just an intriguing prospect. But this is good. Socios is partnered with the Ballon d'Or, so that happens tonight. The Ballon d'Or happens tonight. So keep an eye on what Chiliz does. See what it does. I'm intrigued because it's not Chiliz being referenced. It's socios.com. But when the Ballon d'Or goes live and people are seeing socios.com, does that have an impact on Chili's price or Chili's trading volume? Very interesting. Keep an eye. I'm curious. I'll be watching it. Anyway, yeah, that's it from me. Hope you're all keeping well. If you're new to crypto, you can check out Copy My Crypto, or even if you've been here a while, you can check out Copy My Crypto. It's where I share my portfolio. My portfolio keeps outperforming the market. And also, guys, fundamentally, if you want to make gains during this during the bear cycle, which will come, then make sure you stay in the market. All I do during the bear cycle is find the coins hugely undervalued, and I'll share them with everyone in Copy My Crypto. And right now, because it's Cyber Monday, you can have a 7-day trial for $1. If at the end of the 7 days you do not want to continue and have a proper membership, then you can let the team know and they will cancel your membership. Anyway, that's it for me. Take care. Bye-bye.